So like I said, we started this whole thing back in 2020 during the pandemic, and November 2020 was our most pandemic event. And this is back when we didn't have the cage. We actually had noodle ropes and 4 posts.
Yes.
So sidetrack a little bit. I built this whole thing out of stuff I had in my yard. An old Costco tent, like I had some poles. I cemented them into the ground. I put covers over the cement. I used these bungee ropes. I put pool noodles over the top of them.
Nice.
So they were meant for a barrier. They're definitely not meant for to stop you. They're just meant to tell you, like, don't go any farther.
Yeah.
So everybody completely disregarded them.
Is this dirt underneath?
Yeah, it's dirt.
Okay.
Everybody completely disregarded them and just like fought through them. And they were stretchy, like it'd be like 5-6 feet. These things are stretching out sometimes. And you guys got to get back in the ring. So back to the 2020 thing, the November event. We got people signing up and coming out, and I had it bare bones skeleton crew. Like we only had me in the ring filming and announcing, and then we just had like the fighters and the referee, and that was it. If you look at the fights, there's nobody. It's a ghost town, and they were all hiding across the bushes, kind of looking like So I had this fighter come out, and it was the first time he'd ever come out to the fights, and I had met him at a party, and through mutual friends, and this guy comes up to me and we're talking about fighting, and he says, yeah, I used to take Muay Thai, and I'm standing there drinking my hand, and he throws a head kick, and he misses my head by like this much. And I'm like, this guy's like 250 pounds. How did you just almost kick me in the head, dude? You're shorter than me. And we get to talking, and we're like, yeah, we're going to do fights coming up here. And he's like, he's interested in it, right? So he comes out, this pandemic event, and signs up. Comes out here, he got his blue Nike shorts on, his white t-shirt, and gets in the ring against this guy that has some like wrestling training and actual MMA experience, and the guy's name was the Wolf that he was going up against. The guy that we had, the guy that I told you I met, his name was Solo, and he gets in the ring to do this fight. And are you familiar with drunken style? Drunken style is a term. It's a fighting style that people Matrix use, where it appears that the person fighting is intoxicated.
Just wavering, like
it's crazy looking. It's like they're looking in different directions, and then all of a sudden they do this spin in that direction, and a fist comes from the other direction, or they'll turn around and like start walking away, and all of a sudden they turn and they're like, boom, fist in your face. It's crazy to watch, and it's so unorthodox. And this guy comes out and fight, and we don't let people fight drunk or anything like that.
Wait, Wolf is fighting this way or Solo?
Solo's fighting this way. Wolf is trying to like fight.
Solo's fighting
normal,
drunken style,
and he's like, he's looking at us, and he's like, "What the fuck, you guys? Like, how am I supposed to fight this guy?" This guy's even like letting himself get hit in the face and getting fired up, and it's just totally throwing this Wolf guy off. Like, anyway, They get to fighting, and they get into the corner, and I'm in the corner, and they're smashing me. I'm at the camera like this, and they're just crushing me, and they're just fighting each other. I'm almost getting hit in the face. They back out of the corner. They're falling through the ropes. They're wrestling on the ground outside the cage, and then all of a sudden they go like full bore into the cage, or into the post. I keep saying cage. They go full bore into the post, and they just totally like destroy the post. They destroyed our ring. And at this point, I'm like getting frustrated because like I'm almost getting punched in the face. My ring is destroyed.
This is your house. You're just getting disrespected to your face, literally.
This guy's getting pissed off because he came out for like a legit fight, and he gets landed on. Like Solo lands on him like plop, and he's like, I'm done. I give up. So we raise Solo's hand. He wins the fight.
Does he come out of the stupor too? Like, does he get back to normal immediately?
He's just like, he looks at the other guy and he's like, "Hey, brother, we should trade information on social media. And the other guy looks at him and goes, no, we won't. He's like, all right, that's cool. So
that's awesome. Did Did he ever fight again solo?
Solo's
Fighter of the Year 2022.
Yeah.
There we go.
Became one of our biggest draws.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And every time he fights
Fighter of the Year.
Every time he fights, it's just people want to see it. He wins fights sometimes, he loses fights, but he'll come out here and he's just really unsuspecting. He'll head kick somebody like crazy. Just like, all of a sudden, the other dude gets kicked in the head and it's like rattles him. It's like...
That's sick.
Is
it better in this ring now, or is it still? Does he still wreak havoc?
He still wreaks havoc. He just can't break my ring.
Yeah,
it's solo proof now.
So that's tight.
So yes, he became Fighter of the Year. Those are actually popularity.
Oh,
so they're voted on by YouTube and Facebook. So popularity, and I mean the guy was on. He went viral on World Star. His videos got millions of views.
That's
insane.
Awesome.
That's tight.
And it's cool that like through you, somebody like that can,
You know what this has done for him personally? Like, think of it. A guy that just didn't have anything like this and comes out. Now he's this viral sensation that people recognize him out in public, and
that's sick.
there's like memes made and all sorts of stuff. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Dude, he's Fighter of the Year.
Yeah. You get guys like big names like Brendan Schaub, and those guys are seeing some of our fighters, that they see guys like Solo on there and they do breakdowns. Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse.
Yeah.
He does breakdowns of Solo's fights.
That's fun.
That's tight. Hell yeah, man.
Where are you going to get exposure? Where are you ever going to get exposure like this as a fighter or anything?
Yeah, right.
You can't. Amateur, professional.
You can come right out of the mud and be right here, and then you send you to the top.
Yep.
That's sick, dude. So where do you go from here? Like, what's your...
Up.
Yeah. Right.
Just more followers, more community, more people getting a hold of us, wanting to collaborate. We want to spread our name out there. We want people to know who we are and what we stand for, and to feel comfortable with coming out here.
Yeah.
So it's just growth. That's it.
So if anybody watching this on YouTube, like if they want to fight, or
just
subscribe, where's all your stuff at?
Facebook. That's where you're gonna go to sign up, and that's where our community is based. But we're on pretty much every social media platform you can think of. Just type in Streetbeefs Scrapyard, TikTok, Instagram. We got a good following on there with
nice. I got a question for you. You got a wife.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What does she think about all of this? Like when you first started, you're like, I'm going to build a ring in my backyard.
Oh man, I'm glad you brought this up. So with the whole thing about going out to Virginia and fighting, I came back here and was like, you know what? What if we built a ring in the yard, even if it's just for practice?
Just for practice.
My coach taught me this. He got me
it's
into
like putting up a basketball hoop, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, like she knew I liked to box, and so I constructed 4 posts and the bungees and stuff out here. And I remember she went out of town for the weekend. She came back and she looks at it and she's like, "You built a ring in the yard? You built a ring in the yard there? In our front yard?" Like, surprise.
Well, that's just the beginning.
Yeah, now it's like this is like a tree fort that just went crazy out here.
So at first she was like
the people you have in your yard.
I know, right?
Like most wives would be like, like I need a vacation for this weekend.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How does she handle it?
She is 100% invested in this now.
Nice.
You will hear her in every video.
Yes.
Her name's on the staff wall here. She's in every video, yelling and screaming, and
what's her
Mandy Bear?
Mandy Bear.
Yeah, Mandy Bear. Shout out Mandy Bear.
Shout out Mandy Bear.
She's in every video. She eats it up. She loves it, and she's brings that energy to the cage. So she's in on it. She shares a lot of our stuff on social media, makes clips and does all that stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome to have that support. You think she's ever going to get in the ring?
Hey, if you like that video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and follow our page for new weekly content.